In Bible Genesis 1. Chapter 1, NIV, is said that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. This is the opening sentence of the Bible. It serves as a grand introduction, a summary statement before the detailed description of creation that unfolds in the rest of Genesis 1. Now understand this, verse keywords and their meanings. Let's explain the first word, which is in the beginning, indicates the start of time as we know it. The universe had a starting point. It is not eternal in the past, in contrast to some ancient cosmologies. Establishes that God exists before the beginning. Is eternal. Let's explain the second word, which is God Hebrew, Elohim. The Hebrew name used here is Elohim, a plural form that can imply majesty or intensity. But in context, it is paired with singular verbs. Monotheism. No explanation or argument for God's existence is given. The Bible begins with his active role as creator. Let's explain the third word, which is created Hebrew. Bara. This verb is used in the Old Testament specifically for divine activity, not human making. It implies creation ex nihilo, out of nothing. Although some scholars see it as too fashioned in a broader sense. Highlights God's absolute sovereignty and power. Let's explain the fourth word, which is the heavens and the earth. A merism, a phrase using two opposites to refer to an entire whole. Read man's, the entire universe, or all that exists. In ancient Near Eastern thought, heavens and earth encompassed the sky, the celestial bodies, the atmosphere, and the land complete. Ordered cosmos. Now we try to understand the theological significance. Monotheism. Unlike other ancient creation stories with multiple gods battling, here one supreme God alone creates by his word. Purposeful creation. The universe is not accidental or chaotic in origin. It is the product of God's will, God's sovereignty. God is transcendent, independent of creation, yet intimately involved in forming it. Foundational for all biblical doctrine. This verse establishes God as creator, which underpins teachings about human dignity, stewardship of nature, Sabbath rest, redemption, and Christ's role in creation. See John 1:1-3. Colossians 1:16. Now let's take a look at its historical, cultural context. In contrast to Babylonian creation myths like Enuma Elish, where the world emerges from divine conflict, Genesis presents a calm, orderly, and intentional creation by one God. It counters ancient polytheism and pantheism by separating God from his creation. He is not part of nature. He is above it and its maker. The interpretations of the verse through history. Literal six-day view reads, Genesis 1, as a historical account of 6 24-hour days. Framework view sees the structure as literary theological, organizing creation into a symbolic week. Day-age view interprets days as long geological ages. Analogical days view sees the days as God's work days, analogous but not identical to human days. Despite differences, all these interpretations affirm the central truth. God is the creator of all. Now take a look at its connection to the New Testament. John 1:2-3 echoes Genesis, identifying Jesus the Word as present and active at creation. Hebrews 11:3 states, by faith we understand that the universe was formed at God's command. Revelation speaks of God creating a new heaven and new earth, bookending the Bible with creation and recreation. Let's try to understand the practical meaning of the verse for today. Meaning and order. The universe and human life have purpose because a personal creator intended them. Stewardship. Since God made the earth, we are caretakers, not owners. Worship. The appropriate response to creation is awe and worship of the Creator. Comfort. The same God who created everything can be trusted in every aspect of life. In essence, Genesis 1:1 is the Bible's foundational claim about reality. Before anything existed, God existed, and he brought the entire universe into being by his will and power. Everything that follows in Scripture rests on this truth.